I think that I'm seeing a lot of HMOs on the market that need improving. I'm seeing a lot of them being overvalued at the moment on a yield basis, which might be right today, but at some point it's all going to fall to pieces because it's not being maintained particularly well. So, and the biggest challenge I'm seeing with working on existing HMOs, aside from the fact that a lot of them are overvalued, is you're going to pay VAT on the building works at 20% on that. And some of these HMOs, you could easily spend £100,000 plus bringing them up to modern standards, particularly if you're going to start adding additional bathrooms. So I think the better market really is still converting family houses into HMOs. The VAT for those would be 5% only because you're creating additional dwelling space or additional dwellings for family units. So you've immediately got a 15% saving on the work. And some family houses, whilst it's hard to add value if you take a good quality family house, I think you still need to take something that's run down and in need of improvement. But of course, converting that to an HMO may not be anything more than just improving the family house, repurposing the existing rooms. You may choose to put in an additional bathroom at grassroots level. That might be all you need to do. Again, the additional cost of repurposing a family house that's already run down might be the cost of one bathroom, £3,000 or so, might be all you need. And now you've got a 6-person HMO. And of course, the build cost is 15% cheaper because you haven't had to pay 20% VAT on that work. So I think that's the next level up, and that's where there are definitely still opportunities in the right areas. Obviously, probably avoiding Article 4 areas now, which is making it a little bit harder to find those areas. But always with the mindset of who is going to live in this property at the end of the day. Are you delivering what those people want? Don't try and bend something to work when it doesn't. And sadly, I talk to too many property investors who have bought a property and then they say, right, I bought this property, what shall I do with it? And it's like, that's the back to front way of thinking about it. You should be saying, is there a market for what I want to do with it in this area? If not, go and look somewhere else. Or are you happy to pivot your model to create that right property? But if you can create the property that someone falls in love with, they're going to pay you that little bit of premium, whether it's in rent or in purchase price.
Experience is the best teacher, but it doesn't have to be yours. Learn from others' property journeys at ypn.plus.